Welcome to the HMS Curriculum Night. Principal Boutte and Assistant Principal Howard would like to welcome you, and we hope you enjoy the videos from the different teams. There are many different ways to communicate with the Heritage staff. Each class has remind messages. There's a weekly email from the principal with important events. You can set up a personal PowerSchool account. You can view us on Twitter, or you can visit the school website. We are proud of our vertical standards aligned curriculum in Berwyn South District 100. We implement our curriculum using a variety of high quality instructional materials that support students on their learning path. For specific curriculum information by grade level for the district, please go to our website. Excel at HMS each have 2 staff members to facilitate. Excel starts at 8:15 a.m. Attendance is taken, the Pledge of Allegiance is done, announcements are given, breakfast is offered to all students. Students can complete team building activities or social emotional lessons during this time. Here are the 2021-2022 upcoming important dates. At Heritage, we pride ourselves on offering a lot of different extracurricular activities for students to participate in. Below are the different activities. We do serve breakfast each day. Breakfast is available daily starting at 7:50. We offer it through Excel. Students can enter through the MPR entrance to eat, or they can pick it up outside. If you are tardy to school, you can still eat breakfast. Please complete our family survey. You may access it by clicking on the link. Thank you so much for attending tonight's curriculum night.
Hola, bienvenidos al Noche de Currículo de HMS. Yo soy la directora Allison Boutte y esta es Michelle Howard, nuestra subdirectora, y es nuestro placer darle la bienvenida. A pesar de que hay muchas preguntas acerca de cómo será este año escolar, podemos asegurarle que el personal de Heritage está comprometido a proveer a su estudiante con experiencia y con educación rigurosa, pero también a la misma vez de apoyo. Esperamos darle la bienvenida a todos los estudiantes en persona cuando sea seguro hacerlo. La comunicación entre el hogar y la escuela es muy importante. Queremos brindarles a nuestras familias que sean convenientes y rápidas. Asegúrese de que está registrado en la plataforma que se llama Remind, que se utiliza para todas las clases. Si necesita un código de clase específico o instrucciones cómo hacerlo, comuníquese con los maestros de su estudiante. Estamos orgullosos de nuestro currículum y está alineado con los estándares en Berwyn South District 100. Implementamos nuestro plan de estudios utilizando una variedad de materiales de instrucción de alta calidad que apoyan a los estudiantes en su camino de aprendizaje. Para obtener información específica sobre el plan de estudios por nivel de grado, visite nuestro sitio web. Cada día escolar, los estudiantes comienzan su día con Excel. Excel se enseña conjuntamente en HMS, lo que significa que hay 2 miembros del personal para ayudar al comenzar el día y comenzarlo positiva y ofrecer una cantidad significativa de apoyo. Excel comienza a las 8:15 de la mañana. Durante este tiempo se toman asistencia, se comparten los anuncios y se hacen el juramento de lealtad como una clase completa. También se completan las lecciones de formación de equipos y socioemocionales. Aquí hay fechas de eventos importantes para el año. Aquí hay las diferentes actividades extracurriculares que tenemos este año. Aquí hay una encuesta, si usted puede por favor completarlo aquí en el link, aquí tenemos el enlace. Y muchísimas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros esta noche.
This is the support service team, which includes Mr. Miley, the guidance counselor, Ms. Schwartz, the social worker for 8th grade, Ms. Leeser, who is the speech and language pathologist, Ms. Russo-Tiesi, who is our special ed coordinator, Ms. Beltran, who's our social worker for 6th grade in the instructional program, and also Ms. McWayne, who's our social worker for 7th grade and DLP. They are accessible to students throughout the day and also can be contacted through email at any time.
Good evening. Welcome to Curriculum Night. We are the 8th grade English Language Arts team. My name is Andrea Bortscheller, and I co-teach 3 sections of ELA with Barb Zapata.
And I'm Barb Zapata, co-teaching with Andrea and the SPED 8th grade ELA teacher.
Hi, I'm Sarah Larson. I teach 8th grade ELA, and I also teach one section of 8th grade accelerated ELA.
I'm Tom Nitchin. I teach 8th grade ELA and 6th grade ELA as well. So we're going to start with the classroom expectations for our students in ELA. And you'll see that we ask that the students will be reading every night at least 20 pages. And the students can check out books from either the HMS library, the Berwyn Public Library, or a book from our classroom libraries. We ask that the students are prepared for class with a notebook, their iPad, a writing utensil, and their independent reading book. We also ask that they be an active learner and participant in our classes as well. Here are the things we're going to be working on in the first quarter. The students will read a variety of short stories, including The Elevator, The Landlady, and Lamb to the Slaughter, which all of the students have already read. You can ask them about it if you wish to find out. The students seem to really enjoy that story. The focus for writing will be on a narrative ending to a story as well. And the things that we're looking for the students to take away from the first quarter are to be able to analyze a short story and to use elements of a short story and plot to write an original ending to a short story.
Our quarter 2 learning. In quarter 2, we will be reading nonfiction and informational articles. Our reading will be a class novel that we'll be doing together and nonfiction articles. We'll also be reading our independent novel on a daily basis. Our writing will be a literary analysis as well as a character analysis. And our takeaway will be that students will be able to identify central idea of a text and find supporting details within that text.
All right, so for quarter 3, we will be reading a bunch of different books. We're going to have some book clubs. We're going to be learning about the Holocaust, and some of those book titles include Night, The Children of Wesden Lane, Somewhere There Is Still a Sun, 4 Perfect Pebbles, The Boy in the Wooden Box, and An Unlikely Warrior. We'll be doing a poetry analysis that's in connection with our butterfly project, where essentially students will have a poem from the book I Never Saw Another Butterfly, and from there they will analyze that poem and then create a physical representation of the poem in butterfly format. And we're also going to analyze the impact that the Holocaust had on individuals.
In quarter 4, we will be focusing on the following items. The students will be listening to the NPR podcast Serial. And after listening, they will be writing their argument paper. And our goal for that is that the students will be able to craft an argument and support it with strong text evidence. Students will also participate in literature circles. And then we'll wrap up the school year with the students writing a statement, this I believe statement, which is inspired by the NPR book and podcast of the same name. And our purpose for that is to have the students develop their public speaking skills. And some ongoing activities that your student is expected to participate in throughout the school year. And these vary by teacher, but some students will be blogging. Everyone will be using Achieve 3000 to read articles every week. And independent reading is an expectation for all students. There'll also be a focus on poetry, reading poetry, writing, and analyzing. And then we will have content and academic vocabulary. The students will participate in a variety of speaking and listening activities through presentations, book talks, interacting with their classmates. And then we will also practice grammar throughout the school year. Some commonly used materials and resources that we use in the 8th grade are, of course, independent reading, Achieve 3000, IXL, Schoology, Remind, a variety of Google products, and Scope magazines. And these are all apps and materials that your student has access to on their district issued iPad.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening about our ELA program.
We can't wait to have a great year.
Thank you.
Good evening. This is the Heritage Middle School 8th grade math team. My name is Mr. Jaworski.
I'm Mrs. Buckles.
I'm Ms. Gruno. Hi, I'm Miss O'Connor. And Miss Koss is also a paraprofessional that's in my math class, but she is not joining us in this meeting tonight, but she will be around in open house time.
Some of our classroom expectations this year: keep a positive growth mindset. Kind of what we look at is when students say, I can't, we want to enforce that they will at the end of the curriculum. Stay engaged, ask questions, participate, be respectful of their peers when their inquiry is being made. Use that time that we have in class for personal learning time, inquiries with the teachers, things of that. And then just being able to complete lessons in a timely fashion on their iPads or any type of homework that we have.
This year, the math resource we are using is an online resource called Desmos. It is a rigorous, interactive resource that allows students to explore the rich mathematics behind the standards.
We are just finishing up our first unit of study on rigid transformation. So it was a geometry unit where we looked at different shapes and how they moved. We are moving into our second unit, which is still kind of building off of that with our geometry. And then as we move into unit 3 and 4, we're moving into more graphs and algebra. And then we kind of finish up with some other topics, as you can see.
Other resources we use in our classroom and we also use for homework is IXL. Desmos is almost every day in the classroom, Khan Academy, and Dreambox. So some of it's used for personal learning time in our classroom, or we use them for homework assignments. So you should be seeing your child or students on these at home. We could also use them for enrichment. So always just ask questions to any of the teachers because we do assign it at different times. So please just ask your child's teacher. And then this just shows how we are assessing your students and how we grade them. So at the top, it should just remind you that Freedom Middle School, we also do common assessment. So they do the same thing that we do. And then these are the first 4 standards that we are assessing in Unit 1 for transformation and congruence.
I'd like to take this moment to close and encourage you to reach out to any one of your teachers here in the math department. We welcome any type of conversation with you regarding your child's future in math, any questions you have in regards to homework or assessments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, welcome to Science Curriculum Night. Tonight we'll be discussing how we are meeting the standards and evaluating scientific practices. My name is Grant Schechner. I am one of the 8th grade science teachers. You can reach me at gschechner@bsd100.org.
I am Eugene Sykes. I am the other science teacher here. I host many of the science classes here. To reach me, my email is esykes@bsd100.org. And our support team here is also Yvette Gonzalez. She is a pair in our class who supports in science class in the AM.
All right, so today we'll be going through some of our disciplinary core ideas in the science curriculum and giving you a better idea of what your students will be learning.
So the new curriculum that we have implemented in 8th grade and across the board is Amplify, as you see at the top, Amplify Science. This is an overview of what 8th grade will look like for your student this year.
All right, so here's a long-term overview of what will be happening. On the left here, you can see the unit titles and the themes in which we'll be working with. So we'll start in harnessing human energy, move on to forces in motion, then on to force and motion engineering internship, which is where students will have the opportunity to put what they have learned into practice. Then they'll be working with magnetic fields, light waves, Earth, Moon, and Sun, evolutionary history, natural selection, and another internship involving natural selection, again, where they will be applying what they've learned.
And as Mr. Schechner just went over, here is an overview of flexible dates. We do here have dates of the assessments and when they will be assessed, but these dates are all flexible and they will shift as we go along the course because some lessons take a little bit longer. As Mr. Schechner went through, harnessing human energy is where we start. Sometime in near September is where we'll be assessing that standard. We go through force and motion. The engineering internships are a way for the students to apply the knowledge that they have and actually engineer a concept involving the two concepts that we went over before previously. So that would be involving harnessing human energy and force and motion. One of the students' favorites is natural selection and evolutionary history. And we also have that internship at the end of the year when we close out.
So that's all for us. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to reach out. We're looking forward to meeting you and working with your students throughout the course of the year.
Same here. Have a wonderful night. Hopefully we see you this evening. Toodles.
All right, welcome to the 8th grade social studies curriculum presentation.
My name is Mr. Vincent. If you need to get in contact with me, you can always email me at vincent@bsd100.org or call the school phone.
My name is Grant Schechner, and you can email me at gschechner@bsd100.org or likewise call the school phone.
All right, let's look at classroom expectations and structure.
Mr. Vincent and I have some pretty simple classroom expectations. We expect that students come prepared to class every day with their notebook, a writing utensil, headphones, and a charged iPad. We also expect that they actively participate in class and that they behave respectfully, responsibly, and safely.
So just so you know what the class structure will look like normally on a daily basis is usually we start every day watching CNN 10, which is student-friendly newscast, and then we go ahead and talk about it. Whole class time, usually some notes, discussion, review, could be a lecture, and then activity time, which include reading, group work, and projects, or other things that we find necessary to comprehend the material.
So this is a year, what we'll be doing over the course of the year at a quick glance. Our focus is American and world history from the 1900s through the present. So quarter one is economics and history, quarter two, economics and geography and history, quarter three, civics and history, and quarter four, financial literacy and civics. And we'll give you a bigger breakdown of what those all mean here now. So quarter one is, we study the historical themes of supply and demand, price gouging during times of crisis. We make students use historical evidence in their writing. We explore the Industrial Revolution and the Great Depression and the stock market crash. And we teach them how to use primary and secondary sources to analyze these events. Our essential questions are, is price gouging ever acceptable? How do supply and demand impact each other? And how did life change in America during the 1900s? And you can see our quarters standards below.
Yeah, we would read them too, but they're kind of boring.
Yeah.
If you have any questions on them, please feel free to contact us. All right, quarter two breakdown. Some things we're going to talk about: World War I, World War II, the idea, concept of isolation to involvement in trade amongst nations. The essential questions we'll be answering is, how does conflict impact the economy, and does communication help or hinder a conflict, especially focused on World War I and World War II. As you can see, there are 3 standards which we'll be grading on, which will be in your progress reports, which include geography, economics, and history.
All right, moving along to quarter 3. Our themes for the quarter will be analyzing historical perspectives through the lenses of the Holocaust, Japanese internment, and the atomic bomb. We'll also be identifying and describing the impact of various civil rights leaders on the past and present. And the essential questions we'll be targeting are: how do choices impact others? Is hate learned? Was internment constitutional? And was America justified in dropping the atomic bomb? For quarter 3, we have 2 standards, one in civics and one in history that we'll be grading on, and they are again below history.
Okay, quarter 4, the best quarter because they'll be graduating. Some historical themes that we'll be talking about are civil rights and liberties, women's suffrage, support organizations, and some financial literacy via junior achievement lessons. We'll also be focusing on the LGBTQIA movement in the 4th quarter. Some essential questions we'll be asking is, what does equality mean in today's society? And what does it mean to be financially literate? The 2 standards we'll be covering are civics and economics. And that's our 4-quarter breakdown for the year. We look forward to meeting your students, meeting your children, and meeting you in the future, hopefully at Parent Night. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for us, please feel free to email us. I know Mr. Shetner, like myself, we usually get back to you within 1 day. If it's a high priority or you're worried about something, please give us a call or just let me know in the email that you get back to me as soon as possible, and I will do my best.
Yeah. We look forward to working with you, and we'll have a great year. So,
all right, guys, take care.
End it.
Okay, happy curriculum night. We are going to be going over the instructional special ed program at Heritage.
My name is Sister Sharon Dillon, and I am the instructional teacher in room 120. I teach math and science, and I can best be reached via Clever or my Google Voice, which is 708-669-8099, 708-669-8099, or my email.
And I am Liana Jean Lasacco. I'm the other instructional teacher, and I am in room 122. I teach ELA and social studies, and the best way to contact me is by my email or my Google Voice number, which is 331-234-6776.
There are 2 paraprofessionals that work with me in my classroom. One is Mr. Mark Pollock. He's been here for a while. He's in his 4th year working in the district, and a little bit about him: he has 4 siblings. He actually has a brand new nephew, and he enjoys reading, staying active, big Cubs and Bulls fan, and we all know that his favorite is pepperoni pizza. And we also have Ms. Jasso. She is in the district and for her 7th year, and she absolutely loves working at Heritage and enjoys the instructional classroom. This is her 2nd year working with me.
And the paraprofessional that works in my classroom is Christine Blanick, and this is her 1st year at Heritage. And she enjoys reading, music, and art, and she loves her animals. She has 5 guinea pigs and a dog. And her daughter actually went to Heritage and is now a freshman at Morton. In the past, she was the PTA president at Emerson for 4 years, and she loved volunteering for both schools whenever she could. So for reading and writing in our ELA class, this is kind of a running list of what we would like to focus on and what we do focus on. So just a few of them: we look at basic phonics and letter recognition, sight words, reading at the student's level, using IXL for reading assessments, We have a letter app that we use for reinforcement for writing. We often use the speech to text for writing. There's a typing app that we practice on. We write in documents, and then there's other resources that you'll see in further slides for what we use as well.
Equals is the math program that we have just instituted this year in the instructional classroom. That includes basic counting. It can go from zero letter recognition all the way up through complicated computations in math and in algebraic equations. And that is the range within the classroom. So we do basic number recognition every day in English and Spanish, counting, skip counting. We use the program mostly Equals, and then I supplement it with hard copy papers, and that was also followed up with like touch math, splat math as reinforcements. We use a lot of IXL, so people are working in groups, and math games on Friday. We have Fun Friday and try to do a lot of fun things with math. And on the general thing right now, we are working in money recognition so that we can get prepared for going on our outings.
In social studies, we focus mostly on the life skills that our students are going to need when we do end up going in the community, but we also focus on current events, different map skills, and having our kids know where they live and knowing their community. We focus on community helpers and the government and rules and laws. And right now we're actually focusing on community and school helpers. So our kids have interviewed school workers, and they've actually interviewed each other. And we're hoping to close this unit soon and move forward.
Science is an all-time favorite for most of the class, the students, and mostly because every single class period at this point, since we're in class and have such a long period of time, is hands-on experiments. So if your child comes home and says, we did this, and they're not quite sure of the concept in science, there is a concept that we're working on. So right now, we're working on changing states of matter and chemical reactions, even though they might not be able to verbalize that. We'll also get to the practical applications of general concepts such as earth science and seasons, material and matter, elements and effects, life science, technology. And we also reinforce things with cooking and practical day-to-day applications for science.
And then here are some of the general classroom expectations that Sister Sharon and I have. Here are some of the supplies that your kids will need every single day. A writing utensil, so a pen or a pencil, their iPad charged. This is a very common thing that iPads are dead in the morning. So please reinforce that with them. Wired headphones, we are not allowing Bluetooth headphones. We would like the ones that have the wire that plug in. And then any supplies that you will need at home, we will send.
I also encourage you for the children to bring their iPad chargers, because even if they have forgotten to charge it at night, there would be an opportunity in school for them to charge it. That's often one of the greatest difficulties in the classroom, is not having a charged iPad. Some of the apps that we use on the iPad are all listed here. The big ones for math and science would be Class Kick, IXL, Splat Math, Brain Pop, YouTube, and then I'll let, you describe the ones you use in ELA.
Yeah, in ELA and in social studies, we actually kind of use the same ones. We use Class Kick quite a bit, Epic almost every day, and that allows them to read on their iPad. They use the speech to text, which is this little microphone. And then we also use Notability for them to be able to write on their iPad. So it's kind of a good way for them to have a blank document and practice that speech to text skill.
Also, just one last point, before the students begin their class, I try to always use a calming music, or allow them to just get settled within themselves before we start any academics.
Yeah, so this Calm app is a good resource, even if you'd like to use it at home. It has some really good calming music or even guided meditations for you or your kids to use.
Homework is not typically given, but I do give work, and it's usually work that's not complete it within the class. I think Laura Jean does the same. That there is sometimes homework, and I would probably put it on Clever to make sure that you're aware that it has been sent home, because the students tend to forget it and leave it here, so that I can send you either a hard copy, an extra hard copy, or send it to you via email.
Yeah, just to kind of reinforce, if there is homework or any additional information that we would like to send home, it will be sent home via an announcement from Sister Sharon, or I do email a weekly newsletter home, just kind of some reminders and things like that. So I would attach it in that email, and that's sent home on Fridays. So please make sure that you're checking emails or checking Clever. I know that you use Clever, to make sure that you're receiving those messages.
Hard copies of classwork and materials are sent home as needed and made available also on apps in your child's iPad. So just keep checking it and ask them if there was anything that they were working on in particular in one of the apps. It's a preference over using YouTube. If you can, the kids tend to spend a lot of time on YouTube, and if you could even look at what they've been looking at through their history, that would be helpful, because some of the material has not been the greatest, and we're trying to gear that more toward using apps that are educational.
Yeah, and there are some apps that are educational and very interactive. I know that IXL is a good one. They have games on there, and they have ELA and math. So that's a good alternative.
We look forward to this year together with your children. So alone, together.
Okay, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much.
Okay, welcome to the DLP classroom. My name, hola, hello, my name is Beth Melendez. My email is bmelendez@bsd100.org. This is my second year at HMS Heritage Middle School. I have taught special education for 19 years. My cell phone is available upon request. Miss Gail Raschke is one of my teacher paraeducators. This is her 20th year as a paraeducator in District 100. She's been at Heritage Middle School in the DLP classroom for 7 years. She enjoys working with students at Heritage. She loves to read, she loves music, she loves nature, and she loves her family. In DLP, we will be doing our writing block, which we will be using the unique News to You curriculum, whereas kids teach Town and Starfall. Starfall goes over phonics and letter awareness, letter identification. For math, we will be using the Equals Math curriculum, Splash Math, IXL Math, and of course covering all concepts like shapes, colors, number concepts, time, measurement, and patterns. For functional skills, the students will learn competencies that are transferable to many different work settings. The curriculum is going to focus on independent living skills and vocational living skills. For example, money, cooking, cleaning, sorting, folding, etc. Classroom expectations is to be on time and attend every day, to bring charged iPad and charger, to participate every day, to respect others' boundaries, and to listen and follow directions. Homework and handouts. Homework is available upon request. Handouts will be put in the students' take-home folders. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or call the school.
Hi there, my name is Michelle Brezick. I have been teaching for 19 years and it still brings me so much joy. The students I get to teach are funny and hardworking and such a pleasure to be around. Here at Heritage, I'm the literacy coach. I primarily work with teachers, but in many ways, planning, we might be co-teaching, we might look at student work, I might model lessons, and together we use data to inform our instruction. It's been really great to work side by side with the teachers at our school. And this quarter, only in quarter one, I am teaching one section of social justice on B days. So I might teach your kids in that class. My contact information is listed below. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you would like to talk about anything literacy related. Wishing you and your kids a great year.
Hi, my name is Claire Pohanka. I am the reading interventionist at Heritage. I am so excited to see all of the students in the building this year. I will be working with 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade students to provide extra support in reading. I will see students for half of their exploratory block. I can't wait to get started.
Hi, Heritage families. My name is Jessica Pickett. I am one of the math intervention teachers at Heritage Middle School. I've been teaching for 10 years, and this is my 6th year as a math teacher at HMS. I will be working with students from all 3 grade levels in small groups on A days. I am excited to support more students this year now that we are back in person. Looking forward to a great school year ahead.
Hi, I'm Molly Hamilton, and I'm one of the math interventionists at Heritage. I work with 6th through 8th grade students. I work with them during their exploratory class. I pull them out of half of their class on B days to work on math in small groups. I look forward to seeing you this year.
Welcome to Physical Education and Health Team. My name is Ms. Morton and I teach physical education.
Hi, my name is Miss York and I teach physical education.
Hi, I'm Mr. Valone and I also teach physical education.
I'm Mrs. Schroeder and I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade health.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about tonight is our PE expectations and overview. So the curriculum for physical education, students will participate in fitness activities as well as team sports, individual and dual activities, as well as team building. The standards that we use for physical education are the participation in fitness activities with maximum effort, participation in movement skills to the best of their ability, and showing positive sportsmanship. And the overall objective for PE at HMS is to provide a program that teaches students lifelong activity through fitness and sports.
And then just to quickly go over the 6th through 8th grade health expectations and an overview. So we use life skills training. This is a curriculum that is research-based in prevention. We implement this in the health class and we review a combination of health-related concepts, general skills, and then drug resistance skills. So we do 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. 6th grade is level 1, 7th grade is level 2, and 8th grade is level 3. Some of the content topics that are covered through our curriculum, it's self-image, goal setting, decision-making, media influences, coping with emotions, social skills, conflict resolution, and drug resistance. We also invite 2 guest speakers into the classroom over the quarter-long class. So we have our speakers from Sarah's Inn, which is an organization in Oak Park. They focus for 6th grade on healthy friendships, 7th grade for mental emotional health and helping to build a healthy self. And then 8th grade, it's healthy dating relationships. Then for all grade levels, we have our Core Zone Community Services come in to provide a sex education and human development curriculum. There is a permission slip that is required for participation in this program.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Manders and I teach 6th grade world cultures. This is a 1 quarter long class where we learn about culture and what it is and about different cultures around the world. Students will compare different cultures and will gain new perspectives of the world around them. The standard for this class is demonstrate an understanding of the relationship between the practices, products, and perspectives of the culture studied. I also teach 7th and 8th grade Spanish. So for 7th grade Spanish, It is also a 1 quarter long class where students will begin learning the basics of speaking, listening, reading, and writing in Spanish. Some of the focuses include learning the alphabet, vocabulary, punctuation, and parts of speech. There's also a cultural focus where we study some countries, including Mexico and Guatemala. And the standard for this class is students engage in conversations, understand written language, and present on a variety of topics in the target language. Some websites we use in this class are Voces Digital, and we use Duolingo. For 8th grade Spanish, it's a semester-long class where we're still focusing on speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And then we're also focusing on vocabulary, parts of speech, and verb conjugation. There's also a cultural focus, and some of the countries that are studied are Spain, Honduras, and Nicaragua. And the standard for this class is students engage in conversations, understand written language, and present on a variety of topics in the target language. And we also use Voces Digital and Duolingo for 8th grade Spanish. Ms. Belko teaches social justice, and the class objective is we will work to become more aware of the problems that face our world so we can develop solutions. Students will use real-life examples of injustice and activism to develop a better understanding of their role in creating a more just society. This year, we will be using the social justice standards developed by Teaching Tolerance. And what can you do at home to support social justice? You can watch or read the news together, talk about current events and how they affect you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Rodriguez, and I am very excited to be the long-term STEAM sub this quarter. The main goal of STEAM is to promote solving skills that are applicable to the real world, and it also focuses on next-generation science and engineering standards for design. So 6th grade specifically will participate in the design and modeling program. We will use a book called Project Lead the Way, and students will learn the design process and how to make sketches, designs, and eventually make prototypes of their designs. We will be focusing on solving an issue that deals with individuals with cerebral palsy. 7th grade will be participating in energy and the environment, and Project Lead the Way will teach students to create energy and prototypes for alternative energy uses. The 8th grade STEAM will be participating in the flight and space program, and it is on Project Lead the Way, which is the text that we use. Students will learn the basic scientific principles behind flight and space, and they will create flying machines, specifically paper airplanes, paper gliders, and students will also learn about career opportunities related in this field. Like I said, I am very excited to be the long-term sub for STEAM. I think STEAM gives students the ability to try different talents and skills that may not be showcased in typical classroom environments.
Hi, my name is Felicity Rodriguez. I'm the art teacher here at Heritage Middle School, and I wanted to just quickly go over the various expectations in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade art classes. So 6th grade art is an introductory class into the elements of art. So those are the visual or tactile concepts, and then we also focus on sketching skills. Here are some examples of past artwork examples. So here are the elements of our project. Either we do a pencil shading or drawing where we've done the eyes or ribbons. We've also done tempera painting where we illustrate a word, and we do symmetrical design drawings. In 7th grade art, we are building on those basic elements that we've learned, and then we also do other projects related to those concepts and kind of combining those concepts. So for example, here this quarter we are doing the color wheel project. We will also be doing tempera painting, but we're not doing the Starry Night tempera painting. We usually do something related to pop art. And then we also in the past have done cartooning and 1 point perspective. We've also done some kind of shading or value project, depending on how much time we have during that unit. In 8th grade art, it's a semester class, so it is 2 quarters back to back. The first quarter, we focus on shading or value, and the second quarter, we focus on color. So we do a variety of projects during both quarters. This quarter, we were working on the cube, where we're using technique, line, shape, and value to make lights and darks and design. We will be starting the triptych value drawing project, and then if we have time, we'll incorporate scratchboard into it. Second quarter will be more color based, so we will either be doing something like the color wheel or the symmetrical design in acrylic. We've also done stained glass windows where we're cutting and using tissue paper, and we also focus on oil pastels, whether we're doing a unit where we're actually drawing from observation or we're doing design. So those are all of the basic overviews of the curriculum in art 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessica Clark and I am the Director of Bands here at Heritage Middle School. I am so excited to be starting my 3rd year here in District 100 and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm also super excited that we're actually back and playing in full band setting again. There's nothing that makes me happier. This year, I'm looking back to getting back to the most normal situation that we can. Having those full ensembles, having concerts in person, and just being as close to normal as we can, as safe as we can. We're continuing to use those masks and face shields for all of our students, and we're really looking forward to getting bigger and better, even though we do have to wear these masks. Lots of good things for 8th grade this year. We've got the Morton West Sounds of the Stadium concert is coming up next week. We've also got our holiday concert. We'll be participating in solo and ensemble in February, and we'll finally get to have that Pops concert in the spring that we never got to have back when they were in 6th grade. 7th grade, looking forward to continuing the education that they started receiving last year over Zoom. It's a lot of retraining, relearning what we did last year because some kids might not have made it to every meeting. It was very difficult to teach over Zoom. We did it, and the kids sound absolutely fantastic, and I'm so proud of everything that they did. But we're looking forward to this year. Also, 6th grade then, looking forward to just starting a brand new year with brand new students. You are more than welcome to start anytime. We're looking forward to having more kids. We're going to have an online sign up because we didn't have that many in person. So just to make everyone comfortable, I'm going to do another sign up. So look for more details coming on that. Always feel free to email me or message me on Remind with any questions, comments, concerns. My email is jclark@bsd100.org, and I will see you all later. Bye.